Hello there, my name is Savo, and this tutorial is gonna cover how you get a VM running in order to install your Paykin scanner. The software for the Paykin only runs on Windows XP, and that perhaps at the year 2015 it's a problem for some guys or for someone who doesn't actually have a XP laptop or XP PC at home. So today I'm going to show you some points of running Windows XP within a special program called a virtual machine within your modern system. So today the getting started guide is consistent of the introduction, which is actually what I'm doing right now. And the next point will be the concepts of running a VM. So just basically covering what is a VM, what's the concept behind it. And then we're gonna switch to setting up the VM with Windows XP running within your actual system. That may be some modern Windows PC with Windows 7 or Windows 8, Windows 10. Maybe Mac, Apple, I don't know about them, but maybe OS X or even a Linux device. So when we cover that, I will run you through the whole installation process. So everything is covered, how from zero to end is there. And then when we got the system within a system running, I'm covering how to get the actual software within the VM. Yeah, and then perhaps, I don't know how's the feedback on this video, perhaps I'm gonna make another one showing the software itself called PSI or PSI, TLX client, and so on and so forth. So let's get started. The software we're gonna be using for this, which is kind of emulating a PC within your actual PC. That's perhaps weird of a concept, but that's the purpose of this video. So we're gonna use VirtualBox, and VirtualBox has one advantage over others: it's free. Perhaps if you got VMware or something that's a bit costly, VirtualBox is free, and you may download it at virtualbox.org. And as you see here, there are different hosts. So if you got the OS X, you will download the OS X, and so on and so forth. So I already downloaded the VirtualBox, which will emulate the XP later on, and installed this to this PC. So I'm using Win 7 here, but when we are getting into VirtualBox, it's basically the same for every host system. So let's get started by dropping up VirtualBox, and this is kind of your PC rack with virtual PCs. What we're going to do now is we make a new system. It's name an operating system, and I'll call this WinXP. And it's already suggestion WinXP, and that's important. I don't know actual, but I heard it doesn't work with 64 bits. So just stick with 32 bits, and it's type Windows and just click next. And the process, just one word on this. What we are running through now is kind of buying a new PC which will run your XP version. And that means how much of your actual PC you're sitting in front of will be given to the virtual one. So at this point, I can pick any RAM size. You see on this laptop, I got 4 gigabyte installed. And this is the max I could give to the virtual system. I won't do that because it will suck up my actual system. So I think a good starting point would be giving it to 1 gig, so 1024, or virtual RAM. Just stick with it. It should be okay. And now we are installing a virtual hard disk. This means we need one. So we want to install XP and install the Paycon software. So we are creating a virtual hard disk. The virtual hard disk, just one note on this, is kind of a file on your actual system, which serves as a virtual hard disk on your virtual system. So this is kind of sacrificing some hard disk space to a Windows XP virtual system. Create a virtual hard disk now. I'm gonna go create. And now it's asking for the type, just stick with VDI, it's okay. And now that's the thing, it's calling for a fixed or a dynamically allocated size, which means do you want to sacrifice 10 gigabytes, which I chose from the start, or do you want it to grow when you add more files in the virtual system? And that's up on your choice. I'm going for dynamically allocated. I'm not a native speaker, so bear with me. And I'm just clicking next. Now it's gonna ask for the file size or the virtual hard disk size. And at this point, I said 10 gig, but perhaps that's too low. I'm gonna pick 20 gig. And as I picked allocated, I'm not using the full 20 gig from the start. It's just when I add files or installations or anything to the virtual machine, it's gonna add up upon this or until it reaches this 20 gigabytes. And then the virtual machine will say, okay, I'm running out of space. So 20 or 40 will be okay. I'm using 20 here for this tutorial. I'm gonna create. And at this point, I'm going to maximize this window now. At this point, I kind of got a virtual machine set up, because when you build a real machine, you're going to need perhaps a hard drive, RAM, a processor, which you have in your actual machine. And and you see WinXP is powered off. Now, I'm going to start it. And now, it's gonna ask, because there's, as in a real PC, there's nothing actually in there or running at this time. It's asking for a startup disk. And at this point, you need WinXP and to run in the virtual machine. At this point, you may have a old CD running around from an old PC, like from the 2000s or something. You have to choose where you want to install this from. And out of copyright reasons, I'm not allowed to share any Windows XP CD. So at this point, you will perhaps download a ISO disk, which means is an image of an actual Windows disk. You will download this and enter your own key, which you have at the back of some old PC hidden in the attic. And that was my case. And I'm using a virtual image now. As you see, you could also, if you got a CD drive on your actual PC, you can insert the Windows XP CD and just say host drive, which means it reads from the actual CD. And at this point, I'm probably going to speed up the video, because this is the basic installation of Windows XP, and it's self-explanatory. So at this point, we got Windows XP running on your machine. I got my Paycon scanner connected to my actual machine, and the next step will be installing the drivers and the software for the scanner within this machine. I don't know where you got your scanner from. I got mine from AAA Imaging in the States, and they supplied kind of a CD with all the software, but also on Facebook, there's a group called Paycon F135 And that's the actual group where you get all your stuff from. Kodak Pacon F135 scanner group. It's a closed group you would apply, and you know. And here as a pin post, there's Pacon update.zip. Probably it's faster to download just a zip without the hassle of inserting your CD. So I did this. When you go to machine settings in your VirtualBox, you're gonna see we got USB here and we got the USB 1.1 controller. That's not what we are using, because the Pacon got USB 2.0, the faster one, and as you see, it's grayed out. In order to change it to USB 2.0, we are powering down the machine, and at this point we can change settings for the machine because it's powered off. So now, not grayed out anymore, we're gonna go USB 2.0. And it's already saying invalid settings detected. And it's kind of projecting this error. We're starting up the machine and it's dropping an error, surprise. Let's go to the details. What's it saying? That is what we have to install. That's called Oracle VM VirtualBox Extension Pack. And as you see, the first hit is from virtualbox.org, VirtualBox Oracle VM Extension Pack. And as you see, that's platform independent. We're gonna just double click on this. Make sure your virtual machine is powered off. I double click on this. Yeah, installed successfully. Nothing to tell here. And at this point it's installed. So the USB is working for the virtual machine and WinXP is gonna start up again. So it's finding a new hardware, and it's a universal serial bus controller. That's what we just installed. We are now dropping over to the VirtualBox. Just let go. And it's here, and I'm gonna extract it here. I got my Pacon update folder. There's all the files in there. So one step covered. When I'm now, which I will do in a minute, powering on my Pacon scanner, it will, which is kind of logical, connect to the actual PC. Let me get this straight. This nice background cover, this is XP. And here my trusty Win 7 with the Galaxy background, this is my Win 7 actual PC. So if you now powering on the Pacon scanner, it will first connect to the PC with Win 7, which I'm running here. And now, as you may hear, I'm powering on the actual Pacon scanner. The Pacon scanner is powered on. And here in my VirtualBox, I got a tab called Devices. And it's showing USB. And as you see, I'm using different USB devices, and there's 3 unknown devices. At your point, there may be perhaps 1 device. That depends on how many devices you got connected to your actual laptop. At this point, I don't know if this is the same for every Pacon scanner. If it is not, just try out every device and see if something connects to the virtual machine. The AA07, which I found out before I recorded this video, is the scanner. So this means there's no driver, so there's no name for this device. It's the AA07, and as you see, I'm in the devices, just making it sure to get this one time. USB devices AA07, and I'm clicking on this, and what this click does, I'm clicking here, disconnects the scanner from the actual machine and routes it through the XP machine. And as you see, it finds a new hardware and it's calling up the hardware wizard. Update online, no, not this time, not any time. Next. I want to install from a specific location. I'm going next. And then we don't have a floppy or a CD-ROM. We got a folder here. That's the Pacon update folder. just browsing for this, and go to the desktop, Paken update, and then click OK. Click next, and it's finding the driver. It's searching for Paken 5 hex. Okay, it couldn't find it. I don't know why it doesn't find it. And once again, if this problem doesn't happen to you, that's cool. Then just skip this step. But as it happens to me, it might happen to other users that are watching this video. So click browse. And now we have to find this Paken 5. And I think it's in FX35 install Paken hex. I'm clicking open, retry, and then it's installing the driver. It has installed the driver. Finish. And now we are gonna install the, from the Paken update, we are gonna install the software. The first thing we want to install is the FX35 install folder. So you're going into the Paken update folder, then going down to FX35, scrolling down, then to setup. Okay, setup, and it's probably, it's gonna ask for .NET. Just click yes, it's included in the file. I'm speeding this up now. I click agree, click install, and see you in a minute. Okay, presented back with the install shield wizard for Paken. Just click next. Accept the license agreement, most told lie on the internet. Next, just click next, complete. Next, install. It's gonna install. Finish. You guessed it, we are not are done yet. We have yet to install another software package, and just go to the Paken update folder once again, and then just in the Paken update folder there's another setup. Next, accepting, next, install. So in the virtual machine, after installing all the software, this would be a pretty good point to restart the virtual machine to have a clean starting point. So I'm doing this now, just hitting restart. And when we are back up, we probably have to connect the new USB device, which is the Paken scanner now, to the virtual machine once again to finish all the driver enumeration. And then we are starting up the Paken software, the PSI software. And the next tutorial, as I said, will be covering how to use the software, how to use the scanner, perhaps. I don't know. Yeah, as I said, what's the feedback on this video? What I'm gonna be covering. So I restarted the machine. And in the VirtualBox, I'm going to devices, USB. And as you see now, we changed from an unknown device to the Paken F135 USB film scanner. And there's no check mark left to this device. So clicking on this will actually connect this to the USB port of the virtual machine. And it's finding once again a new hardware, and this is the final call for installing drivers and the last one. And as I said, install advanced for a last time. It's already remembering my last path I used. Using it once again, it's version 2 now. Finishing, found new hardware, and it's now calling the device by its name. So at this point, probably when we start up the software via old programs, Paken Psi, and that's what this tutorial was all about. Getting your virtual machine to the scanner, and to prove this, I'm going to Tools, Advanced Film, and the motor of the scanner should be running. I'm turning my mic now. Success. The virtual machine is talking to the scanner. I can stop it now. And as you're still seeing my screen, I will cancel the software, close it down, and show you the last concept of this virtual machine first tutorial. We are running the XP now in one window. And at this point, you don't have to turn off the computer, which means you're turning off a program which emulates a computer. You just can go to machine and say pause. You pause this, you close it, and then it asks you save the machine state, power off the machine. Say save the machine state, go to OK. And it says WinXP saved, just start it, and it will right off come to this point where you save the state, which we just did. And yeah, you could also have a program running and then shutting it down, but yeah, you get the concept. So thanks for following along. We covered pretty much all of installing on any system in a virtual machine. Thanks for watching. I hope you have fun using this scanner, and see you in the next tutorial. I'm Sabo from Munich, and yeah.